guys, so we've got the ring. Now, beautiful picture. A ring, what's a ring signify to you? How many of us instantly went, oh, ring for the finger, engagement ring, and so forth? I bet you a lot of us instantly went there. Now, that can represent this. Maybe somebody just got engaged or was engaged but isn't anymore. But just love. So the ring is a symbol of love. Like, it just wants you to, it's basically representing the ever-ending love, like the ever-ending light, because it's a circle and it's circular. So ring, so ever-ending love, never-ending love for yourself. This card is asking you to look within to self-love a bit more. Now, I've got a feeling that this could very well, you've lost yourself a little along the way of when you were loving somebody else. You've kind of forgot to love yourself in the process here, because the next card is the gem. Now, the gem is a gentle reminder of, to remind yourself of the beautiful, precious gem that you are deep down. I think sometimes when life comes along, love comes along, just certain things in life come along, we forget about who we are, or we lose our shine, you know. And I think in this case, it's asking you to dig deeper, to look within, because you're a bit lost. I feel the situation, it might be a love situation where you've lost in love, or there's been a breakup and you've lost yourself, and you're at that point where you don't know who you are, or you've just lacking that love luster, that shine, that you've forgotten how beautiful you are, and you've forgotten to love yourself, like consistently loving yourself here, and you've forgotten how beautiful you are. And sometimes we've got to dig a bit deeper to re-find ourselves, to re-hone in and find our shine and our beauty. Some of us blossom in love, and some of us forget who we are in love. I think sometimes love can be very consuming, and that's where we lose ourselves, where we forget who we are, we forget how shiny and beautiful and unique we are, because we're so busy loving somebody else, on that internal loop, you know, constantly loving someone else, and we forget to love ourselves. And when we forget to love ourselves, our shine of it, like our gem, our internal gem, we lose that luster, that shine, that unique beauty that we are. And I think a lot of us are guilty of that. I know I have been in the past. And this card, the Alchemist card. Now, look at the beautiful colours and the bee, and it's asking you, and it reminds you that we all go through hard times, yeah? And we do, we all go through hard times, but it's asking you to remember, during our life, we've gone through many different stages of hardship, many lessons. And it reminds you to remember of those pivotal moments and the advice we were given in those pivotal moments. Because it's asking you, because you're at this junction of, you know, it just wants you to recall all the guidance that you have received, you know, important junctions of your life. Like, remember what people have asked you to do or advised you to do, and it's helped you get through. It's asking you to also to do that, to look back, don't get lost, and remember those important lessons and those important words of advice maybe a friend or a grandparent or a parent or just someone has given you, because right now you've lost yourself. You've got to dig in to the unique person that you are. Now, being that it's a love situation, like you've lost yourself within this situation, could be many different reasons as to why, but it's really important right now to remember to love yourself eternally, that you need to re-love yourself, re-find yourself, re-dig deep and find that unique person that you are, and be really mindful of the advice that you've been giving previously, because it's sitting inside you, and you know how to get out of this. You just need to recall and look back a little on the advice that's worked for you previously when you've been at crossroads. Yeah, so it's really important that you try to do that, because that's what the universe is asking you to do, is to look back on the information that you've already been given, because you are struggling right now with self-love and finding the right path to getting back to where you need to be. And maybe that the alchemy card is asking you to look within and remember the advice you would give other people and advice you've been given, because maybe you don't like to speak out, or maybe you don't like to ask for help, but you have in the past, and maybe right now you just don't want to. So it's asking you to stay strong and remember those words of advice that you've been given in previous important junctions in your life. Yep. So you have split your focus previously. Now you've forgotten yourself, but you've obviously split your focus on love, on this other person, and that's how you've lost yourself. And you need to speak up, or maybe you didn't speak up about this, but the throat chakra, so you need to, in the future, if you haven't spoken up about this, if you're a quiet, timid person and you haven't been able to get your voice out about this, that it's time that you find your voice here, and find next time you're in a situation that you speak up and defend yourself here. Yeah, these situations can be difficult, obviously. It's not, sometimes some people find it easier to find their voice than others. Some of us struggle, some of us don't, but obviously the throat chakra is what you need to work on, and knowing who you are and being able to speak out about that, and knowing who you are, so you can hear, and you only hear the truths and you speak your truth. And that's what the universe is encouraging you to do, to remember who you are. Like that B card, remember the advice, and the gem, remember who you are. Make yourself a priority. And that's what you've been lacking and forgetting to do, is to prioritize yourself, because you've lost yourself in this situation. Yeah, and explore fullness of yourself, what it's like to love yourself and to give you all that love, all that energy, all that attention just on you. You're always giving it to other people, but how about you turn it around and give it to yourself? Release those old patterns of always putting everybody else first. It's time you prioritize yourself right here, right now. This is exactly what you need to move forward, is remembering the special, unique gem person that you are, finding your sparkle and your shine and coming back. That's what the universe is wanting you to do. Now, I can't imagine that the situation that you have been through has been very pleasant. To have lost yourself, lost your shine. It's not that, it's not only that you're just a giving person and that's the way that you love. You need to break that, because if you've always had this cycle of love ending this way, obviously you need to end that. and start focusing on how to love differently by starting by loving yourself and being full, being whole, and remembering who you are, and remembering just because we want someone in our lives doesn't mean we have to lose ourselves in the process. We don't have to lose our voice and who we are in the process. Okay. Why did I pull that out when I was meant to? Okay, so Spirit, can I please have some cards to see what type of situation that this person was in and now is out of. What is going through, what is ending in their life. Okay. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so I knew this energy was going to be heavy. I want to get into it, but I don't want to get into it. Like, I want to get into what you've been through, but not so much the other person, but I'll just see how it goes. So the first card is, so this is what you've been through, and this is what you're just out of. So control disguised as care. Concern slowly turning into control. So that's probably where you lost your voice along the way. Still not ready to grow. Responsibility always seemed to belong to somebody else. So whoever you've just separated from isn't ready to grow. Maybe they're a bit immature, bit of a child themselves. And letting go, holding on no longer made sense. So yeah, this situation has ended and you're letting go of this situation. Okay, so control disguised as care is confirmed by mixed signals. Clarity never confuses. So they probably were saying one thing and then doing another, or doing another and saying another, which was so confusing for you, but it was the way that it's the way that they controlled you by messing with your head and having you permanently in that confused state. Didn't know if you were up or down, Arthur or Martha, as they say. So what do we have to confirm? Still not ready to grow is confirmed with unspoken feelings. What stayed inside never truly disappeared. So as I said, they were very immature. Maybe they didn't have the same love you had for them. Maybe they come and gone with how they said they felt about you. They change it up all the time. I love you, I don't love you, things like that, which also would confirm with the mixed signals here as to, and that's also how they controlled you, by pulling you in, pushing you out, pulling you in, pushing you out. So letting go was an option, was the only option that made sense, which is true. Like, it would have been the only thing that made sense, because why would you want to even be in that situation anyway? Whether they let you go or you let them go, ask yourself, why do I want that energy? Why do I want the mixed signals and someone that's immature and doesn't know if I love you or I miss you or I hate you or I want a future with you or I don't want a future with you? You know, who wants that? We don't want that shit, because we don't want the mixed feelings, because it puts us in chaos in the mind. And it is a form of, especially when they're doing it on purpose, it is a form of control. Because it keeps you wanting, it keeps you trying harder, it keeps you in the situation. Okay, so letting go. Their past was speaking. They reacted to their past and not to you. Okay, so maybe they were treated like this in the past, or I've got a strange feeling that that's not so much the case, but they were playing games, and that's the game that they play. So yeah, letting go was the best option here. Yeah, and to confirm that as well, because another will come at standing on your own. Your stability is no longer depends on them. Exactly. So you're at that stage now where letting go is the only option, and standing on your own. Your stability no longer depends on them. Exactly. Because it's now time to go back around in that circle, as I said, circular, and re-love yourself, re-find yourself. Now on the bottom here is emotional dependence. Your stability relied on their presence. Exactly. You put too much in it, like you put how you're feeling, your happiness, and you put them as a priority over yourself, and yeah, it all relied and come down to how they felt, what they were doing. Like your whole world, you put around them. Like everything was dependent on how they felt or what they were doing, or you basically were a puppet per se, which isn't healthy. And we've got to, once again, we've got to ask ourselves, why did we do that? Why do we do that? Like, why do we put ourselves through that? Like, what are we lacking that makes us do that? I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but the reality is we can't improve our lives or improve situations if we don't have a look at ourselves, because we can't control what other people do. Our words don't mean shit to other people. You know, them losing you doesn't really do anything, because they just find someone else, because it's who they are at heart. Like, they've got a lot of growing and a lot of shadow work to do. It's the games they play, you know, it's who they are. They're not grown. As it said, it's the games that they play, and you're just, unfortunately, another chess piece. Oh, what do you have to look at here? What did you ignore here? The unseen hand. Okay. Yeah, you you basically dropped the ball in the sense of you let your subconscious here get the better of you. You basically, what you were telling yourself, as well, like you were down on yourself, you're putting yourself down. They were triggering your self-conscious here. Now, what is it that they're triggering? Where does that come from is what you've got to ask. Like, what is it that they were triggering you that made you go into that, into being a puppet, into like that you didn't exist without their presence and stuff like that? Like, is it a self-worth? Is it a love wound? Is it self-love, you know, like a worthiness wound? Is it something from your childhood? Like, whatever that wound is, you have to fix, or you'll keep calling in the same immature people. Yeah, the fading tattoo, you don't know who you are. Like, you've lost. That comes down with the gem as well. You've lost who you are, the uniqueness of who you are. You lost yourself by loving them so deeply and revolving, you know, your world and everything you did around them. You've lost yourself. The stone in the river. You're at a point of stability and release, charge. While the currents are flowing, you shape it. Yeah. Okay, so you have to find your strength and stillness. Find out who you are in the present. So you've really got to have, that comes down to the ring as well, the self-love and the gem of who you are. You really need to find yourself in stillness and find out who you are, because you are the one that controls your life. You're the one that directs your life and what direction you want to go. Like, things flow around you. Like, you can do this, and you need to be strong in making your choices and who you are. You need to do more I love and you know, and what you feel. And you've got to stand so strong, like that boulder, like that rock in that water, and let everything else flow around you. You've got to stand up in your strength. You've got to be so strong. Yeah, you've done it again. You have lost touch with your power. Yep. Your essence, your core dream. Yep. We already knew that because of the gem archetype card. So that is just confirming again that you need to sit in stillness, you need to be by yourself, and you need to work out, have that deep thought, that deep conversation with yourself of who am I? You know, what do I want? Where do I want to go? What's my future like? Who was I before this? What can I do to get back to the person that I was? Like, there's a lot of hard thinking here for you to be doing. Just want to see if any of these come out, and then we'll have to look at what you're resisting, what you need to surrender to. But I just want to have a look at these first. If Spirit, any of the one of these cut, thank you, Spirit. Okay. 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 So ankle, it's asking you to look at your wrong steps that you've taken, unexpected twists. So just go back and have a bit of a look at your patterns, which was also mentioned before. Old patterns need breaking. And just remember, baby steps. We all make mistakes until we get it right. You know, and you're not a failure at all. You've just got to learn these lessons and just keep learning these lessons until you get it right within yourself, and you'll understand when you get there that it is all about your strength, your mindset, and your willpower, your self-love and everything. Because when you come into the one, yourself, and you know who you are and what you want, and you don't compromise for someone to treat you like shit, it'll all fall into place for you. Tongue. Yeah, expression, truth. So again, that comes down to the other card. I can't remember what that card was. Expression, yeah, your throat chakra. So mouth, throat chakra. You really need to speak out and be stern with who you are, and don't ever let anyone take that away from you. Don't ever let anyone take away your worth or who you are or what you want. You have just as much right to do what you want and be loved how you feel is right for you. You don't need to be dictated to or told otherwise. Kidneys. Sorting substance. That was a comma there. Sacrifice, insight, and moral judgments. Yes. Don't sacrifice your morals and what you want and who you are for love. No, don't do it. Find someone that has the same morals as you. And there is somebody out there that will be it that way and have the same morals as you. Don't ever freaking suppress your voice and trip over yourself for somebody else. You stay strong in who you are, and you stay strong in your convictions, because that is who you are, and that's who you want to be loved for, is who you are. So lips. Yeah, don't fall. Sweet talk, secrets, silent message, clarity. Do not fall for the sweet talkers. Maybe you're one of those people that fall for the guys that have got like they're word wizards. They can tell you what they want to hear or what you want to hear, and maybe you're just very susceptible to falling for those energies that just know how to whisper shit, talk sweet nothings in your ear. Again, we got under tongue, we got mouth. So communication. Again, it's saying to you, please, you need to really work on here is your communication, your throat chakra, and speaking out. I'd say this is the first thing that the universe would really like you to work on, because it's coming through in every deck of cards here. Last one. Ooh. Blood. Okay, family issues. So maybe that's something that you inherited, or maybe as you're growing up it says guilt. Maybe you were made to feel bad for having a voice when you were younger, and maybe it stems from a family member. And that was wrong of them to fucking put that on you, because you have every right to have a voice, and you have the right to have feelings, and you know, to speak out. You have every right. You should never feel guilty for how you feel or what you need to say, and they've stripped away your strength. So maybe it could very well be a something you've inherited from, you know, like your mum or your dad, or maybe you've seen your mum not have a voice, something along those lines. That is definitely, or maybe every time you went to speak, mum and dad shut you down, made you feel guilty. That's something else that hand in hand with the throat and the mouth and finding your strength and your voice is the number one thing you need to work on, alongside with self-love. Oh my god, any more spirit? Oh yep, just the one, thank you. So we have liver, detoxing, life force, passion, wealth, abundance, ethics, challenges, and retaining. Okay, that'll come down to, again, like your ethics, your morals. There was another one about morals here, was there not? Yeah, the kidneys and the liver, about your morals and ethics. Stop letting people take this away from you. Stop letting people take away all of that from you, what you want, what you need, what you think is right. Stop. Don't let them do it anymore. On the bottom, bladder, holding in emotions, no longer. Don't do it anymore, no more. That's what's holding you back, and that's what's getting you in these shitty situations, because you keep getting with people that want to shut you down and shut you up. And you've obviously been, you know, if it's a long-standing issue, it's something that you've been struggling with probably your whole life, and it's asking you now to probably just, you know, to stop that, because it's interfering in your adult life, and it's giving you, it's making you so unfulfilled, you know. And if it's something that flows in your life in love, it probably flows into your work life, friendships and all that, and we don't want that for you. We want you to be free to have your voice, free to have your feelings and say what you feel in any situation. So these ones, overwhelm grows when everything feels urgent. You tolerated what your future self would have never accepted. Yeah, so definitely from your childhood. Look at the little tiny feet. So this is something you grew up with from when you were a child. And your future self, looking back now, if you could protect the baby you wouldn't let them do that to you. And you wouldn't want to do it to your children or any other child. You'd scoop them up and protect them and tell them it's okay. So this is definitely something that has stemmed from your childhood. So you probably felt unseen. Feeling unseen starts when you abandon yourself. So you've probably always felt unseen your whole life from how you were raised. That's sad. But now that you're an adult, you know, you've got to start breaking these. There's nobody going to save you but you. So you've got to break these core things you've been raised with. Not everyone deserves to see your inner gem. Not everybody deserves to see the beauty that you are if they treat you that way. So maybe now it's time to be a bit more particular with who you let in your life and who you let see you, and who you get intimate with, and who you trust and who you confide in. And don't think that it's not okay to cut family off, because it is. I have. And many people do. It's okay to do that, because sometimes family isn't always our best friend. Family is what can sometimes hold us back. Yeah. Okay, what do we have? So we have moving mountains, exploring new worlds. Yes, and that's exactly what it'll feel like. Breaking cycles, which again goes back down to the ring, circular circles. Breaking cycles that we've grown up with and we've had in our life all our life would be like moving mountains, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. And then it might even be scary to explore those new worlds once we move those mountains. But sometimes we have to have our new life, we've got to lose our old life. Our new life costs us our old life, because we have to get rid of the people out of our old life to begin a new life. So we've got stop fighting, be gentle and blooming. Yes, stop fighting with yourself. You deserve this. Make sure that inner dialogue is love only. Don't fight with yourself whether or not you do or don't deserve it. Of course you deserve it. You know, be gentle on yourself. You want to bloom here. You don't want to wither. You want to bloom. So the only self-love and the only self-talk that you should be doing is loving and worthiness. Telling yourself how much you are worthy of love and to be treated the way that you feel is right for you. Yeah, enough of the pressure. Bloody refurbish, pulling weeds in time. Exactly. Get rid of those weeds out of your life. Get rid of the crap out of your life. Those weeds that are suppressing the beautiful green grass that you are. Like, get rid of them. Pull those bastards out. Not worth it. They are not worth. The weeds are not worth. You're worth so much more. Don't let these weeds suppress and suffocate you any longer. Alright, can we please confirm moving mountains, exploring new worlds? Please have a card to confirm that, please. Thank you. Okay. On the bottom it says no. The answer is no. The situation or event that is not going to unfold at this time. What are you thinking of? Are you thinking, are they going to come back, or should I go back, or something like that? The answer is no. Don't even think about it. So moving mountains, exploring, and new worlds. You've got the universe, source, infinite, enduring, creation, awakening, and that's exactly what you're awakening, and you have a higher perspective. You're looking at the big picture, and that all is that creative force and law of one. Yes, coming back into yourself. How perfect is that? That's exactly what you need to be doing. As much as it is going to be extremely hard to break this cycle and move these mountains, you have the whole universe and your spirit team behind you on this. This is something that needs to happen. This is something that must happen for you to change the cycles and find the love and bring in the love that you want. And your self-love, which is the most important. None of that will change until you start loving yourself and understanding that you need to find your voice here. So stop fighting, being gentle and blooming. You've got water carrier. So maybe do you like animals? Do you like humanity? Are you very balanced and noble when you're in good? Are you have the calm life, or maybe that's what you want, is a calm life, an unselfish life, compassion, caring for others. Well, actually helpful. Yeah, that's who you are. That's definitely who you are, because you've always put other people first. So now you got to stop that and put that kind of love and passion into yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Be that bloody humanitarian for yourself. Be generous for yourself. Be balanced, calm, and compassionate toward yourself. That's what you need to do, because you can't love and continue on going compassionate and doing all these things for others if you can't do it for yourself first, because that's where you run into trouble. So pressure, timing, pulling those weeds out. Yes, well, that's exactly right. Get rid of those friggin' weeds. Pull those people out of your life, because you got a deeper meaning here. Community, hidden emotions, nourishing, social resources, true feelings, and support. You have all of that there, and you need to change your perception, because all of it there, and you're conscious of this 100%, and you'll get the support that you need within your community. Maybe you need to go out Isn't it funny that I said pull the weeds out and start, like, be green? And look at the beautiful green and the grass in the background there. If you nourish yourself, water yourself, as in loving, self-loving yourself, you'll come back to the beauty that you are, which is right to the beginning of the reading of the gem. That's where you've got to go back to. Maybe it's saying with the social support that maybe there's someone you could talk to that's within the community that can help you here. Maybe you struggle to do this self-love and stuff yourself. Maybe you need to reach out to someone that can help you in that capacity. And don't think that you're weak or that you're wrong for doing so. Some people need extra help, some don't. And if you've never been able to find your voice, maybe you just need someone to help you find and go through and teach you the baby steps on how to do so. Maybe someone will be able to help you break down all the methods and what you need to do. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Okay, got more than 2. All right, so the universe and moving mountains. Yeah, spark of curiosity. You're very, very curious about this. Heeding the call, research it. Yep, going down the rabbit hole. Awakening from a dream. Yeah, so this is you're curious on how to do this, and maybe you're going to start researching and fall down the rabbit hole of research on how to do this. But that's okay. Sometimes some of us need to read and need that physical, like, mental knowledge to move forward to how we need to get to this. So maybe reaching out to someone in the community, could be a librarian or a therapist, anyone that you want that can help you get your hands on the knowledge that you need. What was this one? Stop fighting, be gentle on yourself, and blooming. You've got yarn. So yeah, you need to get out of the hassles, the problems, the big mess. Like, get out of that mindset and worry about your future gains here. Work it out before anything else gets any more out of control. You need to rein it in, be gentle on yourself, and rethink about these head patterns and that you're trying to break through. So pressure, timing, all of that, there's a deeper meaning for it. It's happening now for a reason, and it's really affecting your true feelings, of course, and you're very conscious of this. And for that you have train. Moving on, life's journey, new endeavor, coming along, one direction, on track, focus, on time, or keep going forward, go with the flow. So slow, baby steps, take it slow. You know, trains aren't always the fastest means, but take it slow with going deeper, with being more present and changing your perception. Take it slow, because, you know, you can't just fix yourself in a day or a week or a month. Sometimes it can take months or even longer to break these cycles, because we'll go up and down, we'll waver in and out. And it's when we're in those moments of, you know, we're doing good, but then all of a sudden something will pop in our head and we do bad. We've got to instantly change that thought pattern by doing something that makes us happy, something for ourselves, or music, or something that gets us out of that negative mind frame and back into that positive, changing mind frame. Changing. At this time, the situation and state is flux. Anything can happen. So go for it. Absolutely go for it. Changing. You need to change, and change is what you need. Last card that come out is Eclipse. Transformation, support, and reveal. So you're definitely there's going to be support that is very revealing, and that will help you transform here. That's also a good thing. I feel it's very important for you to reach out to your community, somebody in your community that can help you with this. I feel that's a really huge part in this. Yeah, because you are going through a breakup, you are resetting boundaries, you know, you're not yourself, it's an ending, you know, so you really do need to, some people will really need assistance in this time, and I don't want you to feel like you're any less for that, and you're not. So I think once again with this card, B also stands for, like the B is also community. So right from the start here, community is very important. It's extremely important for you. So it's somebody in the community that can help you. All right, where to next? Okay, we'll have a look at these. Oh, there's an initial floating around that's out. That was from yesterday. All right. Have a look at some spirit animal guidance. Okay. So we have Raccoon of Honor. In your honor is how you hold your gifts. Yeah. Are you proud of who you are? Are you proud of how you handle situations? Maybe this is something you need to work on. The Elk. True stamina is stored in quiet steps. Yes. So obviously you're not very proud of how you deal with things, but it's asking you baby steps quietly. You don't have to tell the whole universe what you're doing. Just do it in silence. You only need, you know, you is all that matters. You don't need to tell the whole world, because I'm sure as shit there's some hater out there that'll try to drag you down or change your mind, and we don't want that. On the bottom, Cat of Self-Love. Love yourself on your own terms, and that's what the whole universe is saying, is your self-love needs adjusting here. Ooh, come out of nowhere, just flip, flop, flop. Okay, so we've got grounded presence. Yes, you have to be so grounded. You need to reground. You need to find your authentic self, your authentic presence, your self-acceptance, and your confidence. You need to re-find yourself and find everything. You need, like, to rebuild from the bottom up. You need to find all those things that are beautiful, the gem that you are, that bloody gem that you are. You need to get back into that and find how beautiful you are, and shine with self-confidence and your authentic self, and don't be anything less. Kindred journey. Yeah, and find like-minded people. Now, maybe that's what the community card and the B card's about too. Maybe when you become your authentic self, you will find like-minded people. You'll find companionship, shared path, mutual support, harmony, connection, inner aspect, uniting. Yeah, you'll find people that are like you, and probably maybe even going through the same things, and you can support each other through these hard times. You just got to get out into the community here, and you will find your voice. Like, speak out. Upturned gaze. Yeah, to be vulnerable, yes. And it is going to take a lot of vulnerability to go inwards and observe what's going on the inside, to move those mountains and to move those past echoes that linger and give you those deep feelings of not being worthy. You have to get rid of those echoes in your mind and in your heart, because you're worth so much more, and your voice is worth so much more, and you need to connect with it. And on the bottom, surface noise. Yes, don't worry about what everybody else says. Worry about what you need. Worry about, don't worry about the distractions and the overwhelming thoughts of what other people think. Fuck them. Because I guarantee they're not even their authentic self, because if they were their authentic self, they would be supporting you and being your authentic self. They wouldn't be trying to drag you down. Alright, so I'm going to have a look at some animal cards here. Don't mind that if you can hear the dogs wrestling in the background. Oh, it's so important for you to find yourself again and get back out there in that community. If you've been sheltering yourself or been a bit of an introvert or hiding from the world because of other people's control issues, you're free of that now, or you're just about to be free of that. One kind of energy that they're in and need to, what they'll step into. Okay, we've got the frog. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. Ooh, okay. Ask one and you get a dozen. Yeah, like the lamb. Don't be a follower. Don't be sheepish. Find that voice of yours. So frog, hummingbird, peacock. Okay, so you're a very beautiful, gentle person. Gazelle. Yeah, you need to be bloody free, alright. Right, where's my book? I'm not even sure what frog means. Alright. So frog, nightingale, and gazelle we'll start with. Frog. Wonder if you like frogs or hate frogs. My daughter hates them. She freaks out. She can't stand them. Yeah, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. Okay, yeah, clearing, cleansing, and healing. And that's exactly what you got to do. You've got to clear, cleanse, and renew. Water. You do like water? Do you find showers or the ocean or swimming calming? Maybe that's something you could get into in the community, going swimming or something. But you need to clear, cleanse, and heal. And definitely water will help you in this situation. Water is can be very healing and can help you release, even if you're standing in the shower with the water running over your head and you just talk to spirit and ask for help to release what doesn't work for you. That's just a simple way of doing it. Just talking to spirit while you're in the shower as the water flows through your hair from the top to bottom and just releasing. That's exactly right. You need to, the nightingale is fearless voice, speech, communication, your voice. That's exactly what you got to work on, and you got to clear and cleanse. So the frog and the nightingale is perfect. So you need to clear, cleanse, and regain your voice. Don't worry about being shy. Don't worry about having that bloody lump in your throat when you go to talk. Clear that throat out and say what you have to say. All right, gazelle. Gazelles are very beautiful animals. They're very, what is that word I'm looking for? Oh, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. Heightened awareness and ability to be vulnerable, and that's exactly what you do to move those mountains. They're very graceful, very graceful. So maybe you could be very tall, slender, maybe, or just maybe not even that. Like maybe your movements are very, maybe you're just one of those people that move with such grace and beauty. Some energies out there, some just move with such beauty and grace. It's beautiful. When in balance, yeah, graceful. Perspective. Changing your perspective is what you got to do, and maybe you are artistic, or maybe getting out into the community to do something arty-farty is what you need to do. Now, the peacock means that you are beautiful inside and out, and we already know this. Backing up with the gazelle, you're a very beautiful person, and you're a beautiful person because you always put other people first, but you need to be beautiful to you and start setting those boundaries, because you're not being beautiful to yourself. Like, you're losing who you are. And I think you're very tapped into, like, you already know, you can see, like, when I say see, you feel, you have, what am I trying to say? You have the ability to know these things, you know, you've got that knowing, you've got that knowing of when things are going right, when things are going wrong. You know when something is coming. You've just got the knowing. You just know certain things. So the snake, Now, the guardian of the unwaked magic and create. Yeah. So spirit in itself is a guardian for yourself too. And you need to start tapping into that and start tapping into spirit for protection. They've got your back here. And coming back to the charismatic person that you are, it's a guardian of the unawakened magic. So when you move those mountains and you're starting to break those cycles, things are just going to change. Regardless of what image rings true for you, it will well be worth considering the amount of unawakened and untapped potential within what life looks like if you were to wake it up. Exactly, if you were to have your voice, if you were to speak out and you were to able to say what you say instead of hiding your feelings, imagine how better life would be. Horse. So once you tap into that, you're going to be like freedom. You're going to be an energy to reckon with. You're going to have a lot of force and a lot of stability behind you. You're going to be achieving everything that you want, and you're never going to give up. You're going to be strength. You're going to be free. You're going to be that wild child. You're going to be just have the strength of a horse, and you're just never going to give up. Once you break it, you're going to think that you can, you're going to see how powerful you are, and nothing will stop you. Be able to move those mountains. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone in and collect the energy through daily practice. Yep. And maybe it says physical stamina, which is also exercise, and mental focus, which you need to do. And it's got in brackets meditation. Our secret weapons. Yes. Once you awaken your voice, once you awaken that voice, you're going to be unstoppable. Once you come back into clearing and cleansing and become back into that owning your voice and getting rid of that lump in your throat, yeah, and you find that, the gem that you are and that infinite cycle of love for yourself, giving that love to yourself that you always give to others, you're going to be this beautiful, faceted beauty. You're just going to come back into your own. And again, with all the colours, look at all the colours on there. Maybe you like a lot of colours. Maybe you're a very bright, vibrant person, but you've just lost that for the moment. But it is important. Be yourself. Be authentic. So important for you to find your voice. So important. You've been through hell and back. You have been through hell and back, and now it's time for you to find yourself, come back into your own, and start giving that beauty that you give everyone else and that love to yourself. You've been through so much, but you just need to refine that voice of yours. Oh my God, it's time for you to be you. It's your time. It's divine timing for you to find that voice. Oh my God. Practice self-respect. Set boundaries, speak your truth. Set boundaries, speak your truth. You are worthy of own care. Do I need to say any more? That says everything. Self-respect. Life is a blessing. It's too short not to be yourself and be authentic and speak your truth. It's too short not to. Practice self-compassion. So self-love, self-respect, self-compassion. You've really got it. Everything that revolves around self, you need to re-hone into. Claim your freedom, baby. Heal sets you free. Healing sets you free from old patterns, past pain, and who you were told to be. Exactly. From when you were a young child, you were told who to be. You were told to sit down. You were told to shut up. Your voice didn't mean nothing. It's time to break those chains, baby. Pull out those dead weeds that are in your ear and in your head family or not. Get rid of these people. They're not serving you any good. Listen to your soul. Truth guides you, rises from within. Spirit speaks, stillness, not in noise. Again, stillness, sit with yourself. Show yourself this love. Listen to your inner thoughts and what Spirit is trying to tell you. And Spirit won't tell you anything ugly. They won't tell you you're not worth loving. They won't tell you you're worthless. That's your thoughts, not Spirit. Spirit will give you all the love and encouragement in the world. So when you're having those horrible thoughts, change from that. Find something to distract yourself when those negative thoughts come in. When the past keeps haunting you, break those chains. Look at those chains breaking. Change your thoughts, change your patterns. It'll take time, but what do you got to lose? You know, you keep sticking in these cycles and falling in the same bull, then, you know, that's what you're going to fall in. But if you sit back, take time, self-love, self-respect, and realize what a blessing and gem you are. One more, please, Spirit. And break those chains of your past and what you've been told you are. Boy, like, you're going to become that unbreakable, forceful fucking horse, man. And you're just going to charge on. And I can't wait. I really hope that you choose you and break through these chains. I can't wait for you to choose you. Listen to Spirit. Yes, Spirit speaks softly through signs, silence, and stirrings of the heart. What did I say? Come on. These cards are really thick. Spirit only speaks love and in silence. That head noise isn't Spirit. Yeah, that head noise is you and the rest of the world that's impacted you. So return to your truth. Yes, return to your truth. Find that voice. Find your heart. Find your voice. Navigate through this bloody moving these mountains. And find your voice and what you truly want and who you truly are. I tell you what, once you just decide to pick you, you're going to be unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Never give up and stay open to wonder. Always be curious. Always learn and get that self-knowledge. Always be open to the wonders of the universe. I'll tell you what, when you pick yourself and self-love, you're going to see a whole lot of new stuff. Synchronicities with Spirit, whether it's numbers, words, music, just everything will align. A whole lot of synchronicities will just line up. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. And everything, all the doors will open. But it is so important for you to look at this last card and the breaking of those chains. Break free of what you were told you were. You've got this. I have all the faith in the world that you've got this. And I know it's going to be a hard journey for you. Yes, we know this. But anything in life isn't really meant to be that easy, is it? So they say. Well, okay. So we've got the initials. Could be your name. Could be someone that has put you down. So D, R, P, H, L, A, C, K, W, S and A. I've got water is very important. You've got dolphin. And you've also got the witchy thing here. So I think that water is very important to you. You've got a lot of elements of water. You could be a very spiritual person or a little witchy poo yourself. Again, with the vibrant colors, I think vibrant colors, be mindful of what you're wearing because colors also have meanings as well. And your voice is just under the surface like this shark, just under the shallow water, just circling, waiting for you to speak up. And again, stingray. Water, the ocean is very important to you. This is a very huge signal. Get the backbone of the stingray. Oh my God. You're definitely spiritual. You're at the Crow, which is, this is such an important message. You've got, your voice has a very important, whale. Okay. Cat. Animals are huge for you. Animals and water. Chameleon, stop being a chameleon and find who you authentically are yourself. Luck is on your side. Horseshoe. You are highly, highly protected. You've got my big evil eye. You are highly protected and the universe is on your side with this. The word. Oh, okay. Yep. Family. It's where the issues stemmed from and started with. Love. Pink love. Self-love. We also got the letters P and the letters X. X marks the spot, and it was right on the teeny tiny butterfly, because you're only just starting your journey, and you're going to come from the little butterfly into the huge butterfly when you transform. And horse, the horseshoe, the power of the horse. As I said, you're coming into the horse energy. You will come into that horse energy, and you had the horseshoe as well, so that's luck. And the card that popped off is denial. Delays it, never protects it. So the longer you stay in denial about this, and the longer you stay in denial about changing and the reasons for why you need to change, you're not going to change. Nothing's going to change. You're not protecting yourself. You're just putting yourself into the same situation time and time again, and that's exactly what we don't want. Remember to have strength, because this is going to be a really hard journey, and I believe in you. I really do. And if you have to come back to this reading and re-listen to it, please do. If you want a more a personal reading, reach out and we'll just take it from there. But I know that you've got this, and I know that the universe has made you very conscious about this. So good luck, guys.